Hey guys, Jeff with Westcott Designs. So we've got our 23 TRD Pro Sequoia here. I've had a couple times people ask me about a roof rack. Why is the arch so big in the roof? I would make the arch smaller in the roof. Well, everything's done for a reason. You cannot make the arch any smaller unless I cut the corners off of it here on the side, so then the arch appears smaller. It's actually the same size arch, but we do not cut the corners off there is because when I cut these corners off of here, it then allows wind to get up underneath the front corners here, which creates turbulence, which creates some type of wind noise. I don't care what anybody says, they don't have wind noise. It has to create some sort of wind noise. Everything we've done and everything we do is for a purpose. We don't just build things to build things, and we don't just build things where they don't match the body lines. Literally, the way that this roof rack is designed, it matches the exact same angle as the windshield to help get the air to go over the side of or up over the top of the car. As the air comes around the side of the car, if you look here, the gap is very tight all the way from front to back. And that is so we don't get any air underneath the roof rack and get any turbulence through the roof rack. And that's so the holes, we minimize the amount of holes and how big the holes are on the side, and that is so we don't get wind noise. And then if you look how the roof rack follows the exact body line of the window line here coming to the back of the car and kind of steps down, that is to continue to take the air away from the back of the car. To take it to a step farther for you is the angle that goes up here on this rear hatch. This angle is the exact same angle that we did on the roof rack here in the back. So just to tell you guys that when we build something, everything we build is built with a purpose. And the reason is, and somebody says, well, do you have to remove the pieces that are inside here that the factory roof rack sits on the brackets, the plastic insert pieces? Yes, you do have to remove those. And the reason for that is because we wanted to tuck our rack down farther, and with those plastic pieces, you cannot tuck it down far enough to get it to where it will clear those. And so that's why we did that. Plus, we wanted to make our steel brackets to be able to sit down as low as possible so we can get as tight as on the roof on this as possible. So like I said before, everything we do is built with a purpose, and it's overbuilt to a degree to which the vehicle, this weight of this roof rack will outhandle what the weight of the roof on this truck will handle. Our ladder here will outhandle the rear hatch weight. As we had shown and talked about before, our ladder we put underneath the front tire of this truck, and it's 1,650 something pounds of weight on just one wheel, and the truck, it was supported by our ladder. It did flex it a little bit, but it did not break the ladder, and it did not damage the ladder. But like we talk about in everything, we do everything for a purpose, and we overbuild everything we have. On that note, about the ditch light brackets, they're not just bent brackets. They actually, like we talked about in a previous video, they literally have a gusset that's built in underneath them. So these lights are over 6 pounds. Like you can see this light here, I'm forcing to move it and it barely moves. And that's so we don't get any movement, and these things are GPS, so we're trying to make them as accurate as possible, and they mount up to the factory brackets. And then to top this all off, today we got this magazine that came, Driving Line. They featured us on the cover of the magazine, so it is super cool to see this. It's actually got a little bit of like tint in this, the lighting and stuff like that. I mean, I've never been on the cover of a magazine, so I'm pretty excited. I'm not going to say that I'm unhappy about this at all. It's super cool. So we've got this here, and then to top it all off, let's see here where it's at. A lot of really cool cars in here, actually. But here, the center of the magazine, they've got this and some other things. So if you get a chance and you get a hold of the magazine, it's pretty cool. A lot of really neat stuff about it. You can actually see the TRD stamping in the exhaust here on the inside of our exhaust that we built for it. And then here as well. So some really cool stuff and some details and things. And, you know, obviously some of our sponsors and partners, Nitto Tires, obviously this is their magazine. And we obviously are sponsored by them. We do stuff with them. Camberg here, GFC here, Innovate, their wheels here. Just really cool how this was really done. So you know, thank you to everybody that was a part of this and made this possible for us. So, you know, super cool to kind of see the car on the magazine. So, but thank you guys. Thank you for everything. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, Toyota USA. Thank you, Finley Toyota. Thank you, everybody that made this possible. So we really appreciate it. Thanks so much.